Hello, hello. Here's a little messy. Yeah, this one, my other video is, you know how these guys are here at YouTube. You know how what, one of the first things that you're gonna get when you get bit by this bug of God is that you can see right through lines and that kind of stuff. You can smell shit before it hits the water. And it's kind of not the coolest thing that you want to know. Who wants to know that kind of stuff? Who cares, right? Well, shit, fire, man, if you only knew. Do you know that because, I have to take a middle ground? Means, I can't stand on that side or this side because that's just the way I'm made, you know, and, um, and have been made for a long time like that. I can tell you that, when I hear the phrase that the United States has is never been so divided before, I have to put it through my thinker and I say, what? You know, because there's a part of me that's seeing, a whole lot of people waking up out of the blue and, and just finding that, hey, we're all in the cesspool. And then we have a whole nother side that just happens to be, the side where the money's at and the talking and points and stuff like that. All your media and all the the people that keep this lower conscious world going on, our media and music industry and movies and stuff like that. All of this, these guys, they seem to be acting really mean, very ornery. And a good large number of the stuff that they're pushing is lies, are extravagant lies. And they're very biased that, they can do anything. They can call people names and not get in trouble, but somebody else does this, boom, they're in trouble. So you'll see that there's so much unfairness going on. And this is, how is it that no one can really see it? Is it that there's a certain number of people, just like when we talk about our Bible, whether they can see this truth, this side that we see, or if they're totally blind to it, they just can't see it no matter what. So this is the kind of evil curses that are on mankind because when it tells you that you're lifted out of this. So I take this middle ground to offer some advice here and there. Say, gosh, I hope some other people would love to get out of this crap too, because it's just mind boggling. And you can see that uh, the no, either side is good. Neither one wants open borders, and that's, I'm not going to say that, I've already got a home. I'm happy, got a home, American, and, I was born here, so more power to me. But this outside idea of just bringing everyone in and the free borders and the business that the United Nations is into right now and stuff like that, ordering other people. This is why they have these troubles going on in Paris and now starting all around the world. And believe it or not, it's over the idea of what I simplify as saying taxing the air that we breathe, getting a global tax going. Well, you see, this global network is what they're trying to get away. This is global. That doesn't necessarily mean, a nationalist. You're hearing it from a white man, but a nationalist means it's someone who loves his country and people. It doesn't have to be white, can be black, can be orange and green, yellow. I don't care who you are, what you are, but it's our nation, and we mean something. And regardless of who we are and what we're made out of, we just don't want it to just be opened up and turned into shit, no matter what. So we're trying to protect borders and try to create these lines so that we can have some sovereignty. And this is a good way for many years. And now all of a sudden we have a whole side of our government going against itself, going against its constitution. I mean, my God, one of the reasons why I never hooked up with Obamacare is because it's unconstitutional. And I didn't have to be told that. I knew it already. So this idea of, what's going on next door, what's going on over there, they're they seem to be like we're fighting against this change, but this is being pushed on us. It's like maybe, if you want to believe that this Trump is a savior of some kind, and they're wrapping him around all kinds of biblical, uh, uh, prophecies and stuff. It's ridiculous. But I will tell you this: that the idea is that this outside world of ours is meant to be this oppressed, crazy folly that you once you get in there, you just fall over more holes and more holes. Like, what do they call it? That the rabbit hole that you're jumping down, whichever way it is. Well, it's just a shame, but you can see how awful and mean everybody has become, and I don't believe it. We're hearing it on TV, and I don't watch it. I don't watch the TV, but I'm hearing it through commentaries. We've never been so divided before in our lives. Well, I think that's false. Just like I don't believe this narrative that everyone's going to come to a death here because of some terrorism or something like that. I don't fall in that line either. Sure, all these things are happening, but I think they're happening. Our own guys are doing it to us. That's the way it is. They've got something's up their sleeves. We're being attacked by our own people. We always have been, and so now we have been told to fight against each other. And the powers that be call the guys racist. I mean, I've never heard and seen so much bad behavior. I'm 55, 56 years old, and I'm a product of much bad behavior, and I know what it is. When I hear it, and it's just absolutely terrible. And that's the world we get in. So what I was hoping to get at is to let you know that it isn't going to get any better. It's only getting in darker. Every season that we would talk about this being a season in someone's lives or generations, the further that we go away from this particular golden place where everyone once knew God or felt God and everything was beautiful and shiny, it's getting darker and darker and darker. And so you'll find that it's inevitable that something really dark is about to happen. If not, it's been creeping on to us like gangrene or something like that. That's eventually going to take us out, because mankind is showing right now, a good number of people, woke or not, is this idea that they're not playing no more. They're not playing the game anymore. We don't get it. And these people that have the mouthpiece are trying to hold on to things as long as they can for some, maybe like a reset or some kind of a switch. They just need a reason to flip this switch, because the masses are not going for this anymore. Something has happened. It's like the gunny sack on most human beings has run out, and we've tired of it. And these few people that are actually in control of hundreds of millions of other thousands of billions of other people are, still maintaining that control, So I just don't know how much longer it's going to work like this, you guys. But we have this outside force that's in charge of everything. It's actually, going to do us all in. And if you can remember any of the predictive talks that I had before, and it was earlier, long time ago, when they were interviewing an alien. I look at the aliens; they say the same thing. It's in our Bibles. We have been given this choice of following God or not. And so when we follow God in the outside world, we blame God for all these things. We put God in charge of deaths of nations and killing people and giving us the permission to go and gut some other country, take all of its resources and run off with it. These are all Bible-based ideas. And that these Bible-based ideas, when taken and read alive, kills things. So it's this dogma. It's this dogma that's going to wind up kicking everybody in the ass when it's all done. And it's only because we were given the right to choose. Do you realize? Another thing that would happen to us, we are in charge of our own reset. All right. Now that's what people should be thinking about instead of that time of judgment that they're talking about, that you can find, like we talk about, that releases us from this hell, takes us out of the grips of the devil, the lower conscious. Lifts us high and above this, but we can't help but see and be part of this world because that's where we come back down to, is this earth. That's where we are. That's where we live. And we got to see what everybody else is doing around us. It's sad watching all this shit go by. It's sad watching the poor people in the street. It's sad watching a really smart, very learned little professor open their mouths and nothing but garbage comes out of it. It's just it's terrible. It's terrible. Just absolutely terrible to be in a spot where you can actually see the shit before it hits the water. It's just crazy. So I would like to think that, if you guys could, figure out some way to get the hell out of it as soon as possible. Everyone needs a little light. And perhaps they say that, it ain't going to hurt. This whole point of sitting on the edge of your bed in the dark and praying to God, to give you more of an insight or to connect to God. It's not going to cost you nothing, doesn't, it's just free, So anyways, I just thought I'd say hi, but, the more that we trespass against God, the further we get away from this idea that nobody, pretty soon, there's no one's going to know about God. No one's even going to participate. That takes people out of the works. It takes people out of the works, which means there's not going to be very much God anywhere. And those people that do work with Jesus and work with Satan or with anybody who does religion will understand now that there is a connection between it and mankind. They work together. They both are ways of controlling the human being itself, the psyche, that person. There's a God watching you. There's someone looking over you. So you got the guy outside staring at you, the person on here listening on you, You got Big Brother, and now you got God doing the same old thing, and you got to fear him. But the idea is to sit down on the side of your bed here and connect with him and get out of all that crap altogether. Just while you still can, all right? Because things about to hit the fan. They really are. No matter where it comes from. They're going to try to think that it's God. They're going to blame God for it. And God won't be there. It'll only be the devil. It'll only be Father. All right, I'll chat with you soon.